happy, makes me wanna watch something filled with fun and lots of song. Alexandra talks. Alexandra talks. Alexandra talks. Hello and welcome to another episode of Alexandra Talks. I'm your host, Alexandra Rooney, and today we will be interviewing Ran Ferris. Sorry if I said that wrong. But yeah, and we will be doing lots of fun things today. So make sure to stay tuned. Now, let's go do our quote of the day. Today's quote of the day is "Elegance is when the inside is as beautiful as the outside," and that is by Coco Chanel. I chose that quote because, first off, I like Coco Chanel, and second off, I thought it was important because it's kind of like being you, and that's an important thing to always remember. And it shows that beauty is not on the outside, but it is on the inside. So if you're nice on the inside, that's good. So now I will be singing the song Belle, but some people call it Little Town. And this one is like a little bit of like a mashup of the reprise of Belle and the normal one because the first one's a little bit long and I like the reprise too, so I tried to kind of like combine them a little bit together. So yeah, let's go just do that. Also, sorry if you hear me like hiccuping. I just ate. It's just eating, so yeah. All right. Just gonna lower this because you see my ceiling. Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day, like the one before. Little town full of little people waking up to say bonjour. There goes the baker with his tray, like always, the same old bread rolls to sell. Every morning's just the same since the morning that we came to this poor provincial town. Good morning. Oh, isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part because you'll see here's where she meets Prince Charming, but she won't discover that it's him till chapter 3. I want adventure in the great white somewhere. I want it more than I can tell. And for once it might be grand to have someone understand. I want so much more than they've got planned. So yeah, I chose, sorry if you heard a dog barking or a vacuum, because my cleaning people are here, and yeah, my dog. But I chose that song because Belle is one of my dream roles, and I wanted to be her quotations, since I was around like ever since I watched Beauty and the Beast, which was like a while back, and I wore like a Belle dress all the time. So yeah, now we will be doing science. Okay, so today's science experiment is a little bit different, and I'm gonna try to explain to you how it works, but my definitions aren't always great. Always listen to the scientists, but this is the way I see it, and kind of like a somewhat easier way to understand it. So we have a bowl of water. We have a straw, right? So, So we have a bowl of water, right, and a straw. So has anyone heard of well, you guys can't answer me right now, but put in the comments if you've heard about the straw trick and how it works I'm gonna try to explain at the end. It's a little bit not hard to explain, not that hard, because I'm not the best at science. But here we go. So we have a cup of water. I will show, but it's kind of hard. There it is. A cup of water. And we have a straw, right? So I've never actually done this trick before, so I'm kind of interested if it works. I saw people do it before, so I think it's gonna work. Okay, so like with like a straw, you pick something up, it'll just go straight down, right? So when you cover the top of it, so like I got the water, right? I cover the top of it, it holds the water, and then if I let go, it goes everywhere, right? So how that works is when you cover it, it's like, I'm not totally sure how to totally explain this, but this is the way I see it. It's air pressure. So when you cover it, right, it traps, like, it doesn't let air go in to push it down. So like it doesn't put a force on it. So then but when you let go, it lets the air go in and lets it push down. So I just thought that was a cool thing. Because how it works is so cool. Yeah, that's the cool thing of forces and pressure. So yeah, I just thought that was a cool thing I wanted to show. I'm just gonna put this down so I don't spill it. But yeah, a little water here. Anyways, now we will be doing an interview with Rand Ferris. I believe that's right. How to say the last name. Hi.
Hi.
Also, have I been saying your last name right?
Yeah, I was literally just going to tell you, you're saying it perfectly, actually. So great.
Actually, because sometimes I say it wrong. I'm not good with pronunciation.
It was good.
So I'm going to be asking you a couple questions, if that's okay.
Yes, thank you for having me.
No problem. So first question is, what is your role as executive operations partner?
That's a good question. I ask myself that every day. No, I'm joking. Okay, so my role, I guess, to sum it up, I don't think there's one thing that I can tell you is like this is what I do. It's basically just helping Anthony with operating face to face. So it could be anything from helping out with the shows that we want to put on for Theater Interrupted. It could be responding to emails for something. It could even just be like, okay, where do we move forward with this situation that we're going through? Because, Anthony runs face to face, and as when you run something or when you take charge of something, you're going to bump into certain situations that you don't anticipate. So a lot of it is also like just together, like problem solving, or reaching out to certain people that Anthony needs help with because there's so much to do sometimes. And he has runs back to back every day. So if he needs something and I can do it, I'll just like hop on and help him with it. So it's just like that, just like operating face to face and just like seeing where I can be a lending hand for certain moments. Yeah. It's good. It's good experience.
Mm-hmm. My next question is, how long have you been acting and how did you get started?
Oh man. Okay. How long? I guess like you can, since I was a kid, so there was like the little kid always performing in front of the camera when you're like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all that. But I think I started like acting with other people in school plays. So we used to do like school plays when you were starting like in second grade up until, but then I joined like drama club, I guess when I was in, was it 5th grade? And I was just always in school plays after that. but it was a little different in Jordan. Like, that's kind of the extent of it. Like, you did drama club after school and you did plays. And then I graduated from high school and I went to university and I studied drama in university as well. And then, but I would say like my career really like started, or I started to take it like more seriously and professionally, was like after I graduated from school. I left London. I moved straight to New York, like right after. And that's when I was like in the mindset, like, okay, this is the career I want to do, and this is how I'm going to start. So I've been in New York for 5 years now, just like trying to do this and figure it out and like understand the industry and how it works here.
Yeah. Follow-up question to that. Where are you from? Did you move to become an actor? And what do you think of NYC when you moved there?
Good question. Okay, so I'm from a country called Jordan. It's in the Middle East. And oh, did I move for acting? So I was actually born in the States. And I left here when I was 6 years old. Like, my family had moved here because my dad was working here, but then we moved back when I was 6, and I grew up in Jordan there. So I did come back here for acting, yes, and but it was just easier because I had an American passport, so it was easy for me to come and live and work here and start a life here, as opposed to another place where I would need a visa. But definitely for acting. And what did I think of NYC? So I came here for the first time when I was actually still in university. So I was 19 when I first came to New York, and I did a summer acting program in a school called the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts. And the first time I came here, it was like, like you grow up seeing New York on TV and in the movies, and it was like literally, I like got out of the subway station the first time to like Times Square, and I was like, oh my God. And it just felt so like, wow, I didn't think I would end up here, Sorry if it's a little bit loud. I'm like in the hallway of the studio. Is it annoying?
No, it's fine.
Okay, they're like welding. So I did a month and some change here, and then so that's why I decided to come back after I graduated. Like, I went back to England. I finished my like last year and a half, and then I was like, I'm coming back to New York because I fell in love with it and my heart is in New York. But obviously, when you come back and you live here, it's like a totally different experience. Also, when I came, it was the summer, the first time. When I moved here, it was like the dead of winter. There was a blizzard. It was cold. I didn't know anyone. The fairy tale wasn't the same. But I do love New York. Like, honestly, right now, in this moment in time, I can't see myself living anywhere else yet. Yes, it's tough. Yes, it has its like downs, but I don't know. There's something special about it that I still love. Obviously, I don't still go to Times Square and feel like, but what was charming about New York then, the first time, isn't what's charming about it now for me. Now it's just like, it has pockets in it that feel like home. It has things about it that I appreciate that isn't the glamour and glitz. It's just like other things I'm appreciative for,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, it is kind of loud at my house here because I have cleaning people here. So.
just a toy day.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard because like you never know when they come.
Yeah.
So, like, I was terrified this morning because like I was like, we just heard like banging at the door, and I was like, because I forgot they were coming, so I was like, oh. And I hear my brother opening the door. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I feel like a stranger or something. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
People coming to help us out.
What are some of your favorite acting projects that you have worked on?
Okay, I'm like always like, what is the question going to be? Okay, okay, I will be also completely like, this is the other side to like being a work, like someone who's trying to break in and be a working actor. You're not always working. You're always trying to get work. So I haven't worked as much as I would like to, or like actually as much as I hope to. You know, like you come here and you're like, yeah, I'm going to be working all the time and I have this, but it's a long and it's been a long process for me. So the projects that I've worked on that I like are actually more like, I guess, personal projects and things that were smaller. There was a lot of student projects when I came here and I started that I actually like really enjoyed. Um, I'm just trying to think back at them because actually there was one project I worked on that I really enjoyed the story of. It was a student project for a graduating director. She was like studying her master's. I really enjoyed the project because one, I met someone I really loved. Like I didn't know him, and we had to be okay. The project was that the story was about that we were both directors and we were a couple, and we had directed, like, we're directing a film together. But the backstory was that he had cheated on me and there was like a lot of resentment, and she couldn't get over it, so she was bringing it into like their directing process together. So there was like a lot of like butting heads. And then that's the first part of the film. And then the second part of the film is that after that project they tried to work on together, they never spoke again, and like they broke up. And then they see each other again at this they get interviewed together at this like film festival about that project. And there's like this awkwardness between them because the interviewer is asking them about the project, and they didn't end on a good note. But what was cool about that project, one, was that I had never met the guy I was going to act with, but we like had really good chemistry and like became really good friends after that. Like I went on to work with him after that. And two, the second part of the project, the interview part, she didn't tell us what the questions were going to be, so it was like completely improvised. So the awkwardness and the tension was all improvised and real, and we didn't know what we were going to be asked, so the answers were like completely honest. And I just thought that was a really cool project, and it's nice to work with actors that you never met but can like build chemistry with instantly. So that project is always ingrained in my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always fun to meet new people on like set.
Yeah, it's nice when you can just like pick up and build a friendship with someone very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, am I allowed to ask you any questions?
Sure.
I mean, I was going to ask you the same question because I'm curious to know what you've been or what you've worked on outside, because I've only seen you obviously with face to face, and I'm curious to know like what kind of acting do you like and what have been your favorite projects?
Well, my favorite project I've been on, well, like it depends on like kind of like what way, because like my favorite project I've been on, like, because I thought it was like, you know, like cool, like without like the set, because it was like my first ever TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Mr. Robot, because I was on like one episode and I was like the restaurant daughter, and it was like I thought it was kind of cool because it was like the episode was like where no one talks, and I got to, like there was like little noises in it, and it was kind of cool because I got to be one of them because I got to laugh.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so cool because like I got like to sit in like those cool like looking director chairs, and like I got, like food served to me.
Yeah.
And I also, acting wise, because that was like a small part, my favorite one, like my favorite like project would probably be that's hard because
it is hard.
I don't have like a certain favorite, but I like to do those short films because I've done a couple short films where I got to be like the lead, and those are fun because like I got to film, go to like cool places, and that was fun. I also, with acting, one of the types of acting I like is improv, because I just started getting into it.
Yeah.
When I first had to do improv for an audition, I was like, so like I had no clue what that was. So like I like was just like we had to like improvise like at like a dinner table or something, and like I was like really basic with it. I was like, "Can you pass the peas, please?" So yeah, I recently actually got into improv because I like kind of like just making up things on the spot. Because I feel like it's like you could bring it wherever you want to. It's like
Exactly. Like you can go as big as you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, what do you like to do when you are not acting? Have you tried any new hobbies during the pandemic?
Great question. I'm like the type of person that gets so interested in something so quickly, and but then if I can't do it, I get like I'm like, oh, I can't do it, and I like let go of it. So that's one of my flaws. Like, it's hard for me to always complete an interest that I have. When I'm not acting, I do really writing is one consistent thing I do in my life. Like, I don't call myself a writer. I think I have like a bit of imposter syndrome in calling myself a writer because I never studied it, or like, it's not something I do every day. And I feel like if you want to be a writer, it's like something you have to wake up and do every day. But it's something I consistently do, at least in a form of art and expression. When the pandemic hit, I started to put together a book of my poetry or like writing passages, and I haven't finished it yet, which is like so discouraging for me that it's been a year now and it's like I didn't finish it. But I think I was trying to design it and I got so fixated on the design of it, and I'm not a designer, so I was like growing a little frustrated with how the book was going to look, because that, like, I could have done just like a black and white like writing book, but I wanted to make every page feel like what I was talking about, and that made it way more harder for me. I was like trying to learn InDesign. So that was a project I started. I want to finish. I still have the book. It's almost done. So I write. I also picked up like script writing because I usually write poetry, and I started to like try to write short films or like try to write scripts, and that was fun. I wrote like 8 episodes of a web series and never visited it again. Like, I never read them back. That's the type of person I am. It's pretty frustrating. So I'm working on that. I'm working on like trying to finish what you start. Piano. I tried to pick up piano. I like learned one song that I like, and the piano's just like sitting in the house. It's like, it's so annoying. But those are, I guess, some things I picked up. What about you? Did you pick anything up?
Well, other than acting, and like other than kind of like the basics, like singing, modeling,
Sorry.
other than like for like the performing and like modeling, I guess we can include in there. I'm kind of like you in that way because I like to do like billion different like hobbies. Like once I try something, then I start to like it, then I stop it, then I move on to something else.
Yeah.
Because like with the piano, like we got a piano because we thought like, oh wow, the family like might use it, and like none of us have like really used it yet. But like I learned like maybe like 3 songs on there, and then like that was it. But trying to get a little bit back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's always good to play like an instrument for like singing. So I'm trying to get that there.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, like I like drawing.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you said. I do kind of like writing. I mean, like I'm not like my brother who's like
right. Yeah.
inspires to be like a writer when he's older. Mm-hmm. But I like to write like little things. Like I actually like I wrote like a couple stories before for like school and stuff. I actually kind of like poetry. We're learning now. Well, learning more about it. We've already learned it, but learning more about it in school. And today I was like, it's so weird because like once you start learning that subject in like that class, it's like you always like answer all the questions. So that's like what happened to me today. It was like she asked questions and I would like just raise my hands because like in classes like I'll talk if like I feel confident with my answer, but like like when you're like unsure of it, you don't really like raise your hand. So it was kind of cool to see.
But now
Yeah.
you're saying like you're sure of it. That's why you're always raising your hand, right? Because you learned about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. I love that feeling.
Yeah. Also, because I think English and language arts. I'm not like much of a math or science person, but I do like doing like cool science experiments we learn. Because I feel
Yeah.
like those are fun.
Yeah.
Favorite place to travel?
Favorite. Okay. So favorite place to travel that I've already traveled to, or like that I want to travel to?
Whatever you want.
God, I want to see so many places in the world. It's like I can't even. I guess I don't know. I'm very interested. Maybe okay. So I want to travel to all the places I've never been, obviously.
Mhm.
But if I could travel somewhere right now, I don't know. I've always been very interested in traveling to like Africa from since I was a kid. I remember like when I was in 11th grade, there was a trip to go to South Africa, like on a safari trip that they were doing like every year. And I was like, I need to go. Like, this is my one chance to go. I don't know when I'll go again. But only 3 of us signed up. So they canceled the trip because they're like, we can't fly like 3 kids only. It's going to be so expensive and stuff. And ever since then, I was like, oh, I still want to go. I think, I don't know where. I want to go all around, you know? It's a place I've never been. It's like a landscape I've never seen. And it's just something I want to explore, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very vague for me to say Africa. Like, I don't know exactly where, but I would definitely want to like, yeah, I don't know, just go experience the culture somewhere around there. I would go all around. Like, I would go to South Africa, but I'd also go to different parts of Africa, maybe like Madagascar. I don't know. We'll see. What about you?
Well, favorite place I want to go to is these are pretty basic answers, but uh, um,
It's hard.
France. I was trying
Okay.
to think. I was just thinking of like Paris, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Paris would be nice because I want to see like the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Since I'm learning French, I feel like it would be cool to go there
Oh,
because like maybe also learn a little bit more about like the places.
yeah.
Um, the two favorite places and another place I want to go is California, like around Los Angeles, maybe.
Have you never been?
No, I've never been, but
Okay.
I go this summer after COVID.
Nice.
But we're not sure because
Yeah,
it's a little
we don't know.
out there.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and then favorite place I've been was probably either Canada or Turks and Caicos.
Wait, can you say that again?
Favorite place I've been,
Yeah.
Canada or Turks and Caicos.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, Turks and Caicos is like a island kind of by the Bahamas. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I got to stay with like my family, and we had a lot of fun. And Canada, I liked it because I got to see like Niagara Falls, and it was like really pretty.
Yeah.
Like there's like I think it was Montreal, I believe. Is
Yeah.
like we got to see like all like the cool like site, kind of like the
Mhm.
like town, and like we got to see like the signs were in French, which I thought were cool.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so that would be for me.
I went to Montreal for the first time last summer, but I only was there for 3 days. But it looks so cool. Like if I had more days, I definitely would want to like go explore. It was, I went there for a workshop. So, but it looked very cool. But I remember when I was 15, I went to Vancouver, and I like fell in love with Vancouver. But I was 15. I fall in love with everywhere I go. But I was like, I'm going to go to school in Vancouver. And it was like the only school that I applied to in Canada because I wasn't going to go to Canada unless it was that school. But I
Yeah.
didn't get in. And it was the only rejection I cried on. I was like, no. But it's okay. Cool city. I mean, those are the only 2 places I've been to Canada, but it sounds cool.
Favorite song you sing in the shower?
Oh, the only place I sing. That's hard. I sing everything. I like to sing very like soulful songs, I guess, in the
Yeah.
shower because it's like the only place I can like actually, you know, go
Sure.
all out. But I'm trying to think what was the last. I've been dancing more in the shower than singing lately. Um, but what is the last song I sang? Okay, let's say when I was younger, I would like always sing either Mariah Carey or Christina Aguilera in the shower. I don't know why. There was like two songs I would sing. But what about you?
Um, well, it changes every day.
Yeah.
Because like, in the shower, it's like you were saying, like the place where you could like just like sing all the hard songs that you ever wanted to sing.
Yeah.
But, like, you didn't want to sing like even like, for example, for your family, because like you probably hurt their ears.
Yeah. And you're like, I can test it out in the shower and it sounds better. Anyway.
Echo.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I'm kind of into like Broadway and pop a little bit. So I guess I like the song from Mean Girls, Meet the Plastics.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the song from Wicked, Popular.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like changes. Like I
Yeah.
always do those because those are like my sometimes go-to ones.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time it changes. So.
It changes. Wait, do you want to be a musical theater actress? Is that the goal or it's everything?
Everything kind of. I can't pick between film or theater because I like both.
I mean,
So
both.
we're kind of just gonna try both and see which one kind of like goes for me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Who is your favorite Disney princess?
Disney princess or Disney person, you said?
Disney princess.
Disney princess. I loved Mulan. Mulan was so cool to me is Mulan not, she's not a princess though, right?
She is. She counts.
We can, right? Okay, I'm just trying to be like, does it have to be like princess dress? Like, what does princess mean? But when I was growing up, Mulan was like the coolest person. She was just so cool. She was funny. Like, I loved the story. I used to watch it. I loved the songs in that movie. I can sing all of them to you, like with my eyes closed. So I think she left a mark on me. Is Belle yours? Because you said that earlier.
Yeah, I like a lot, but Belle, I guess, has been mine since I was like a kid. Plus, because I always thought, I don't know why I looked like her. I guess just because the hair.
Yeah.
I don't know, but and I would like sing all the songs from Beauty and the Beast.
I mean, Beauty and the Beast, I just have like very vivid memories of me and my mom sitting and watching them and crying all the time.
Yeah. And then, like, once I saw live action, I just became obsessed with, like, Emma Watson.
Yeah.
So anyone who plays Belle is the best.
Yeah. I watched half of that. I didn't even finish it. Yeah, I remember I was watching it on the plane and we landed and I was like, but I should finish it. It was good so far.
It added, like, I think it added, and that was cute. I liked it.
It what?
I think it added a song.
In the movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cute. Yeah, that's all the questions I have.
Cool.
If there's anything you'd like to add, you can say it.
Let's see. I will just add, okay, I'm going to ask you one more question since we are both involved in face-to-face together. So we haven't been in a show together yet, right? Except Faces, where we did a monologue, like each.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did, the first show I came on was The Hours, and you were in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that very clearly. I was just going to ask you, what was your favorite production you did with Face-to-Face on Zoom?
My Girl.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say that was yeah, because you got to be in a lead role.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that
And
was fun.
it's just a fun one because it's like a classic.
Yeah,
And it has like a wide range of emotions.
yeah, definitely.
Happy, like, oh, this is gonna be such a cute, like, heartwarming story to like,
Yeah.
oh no.
It's not as cute as I thought. Yeah, that's a good role. I'm glad you enjoyed it and got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I am looking forward to actually being in something more involved with you, hopefully soon.
Same.
Hmm. Cool, and I enjoyed this. Thank you for having me on. Good
No
questions.
problem. Thank you so much for coming.
Of course. All right, I will be seeing you around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So that was Rand Ferris, and yeah. So sadly, what I always say, it's that sad time of the day. It's the outro, and yeah, I don't have a lot to say this for this outro, but yeah, thank you all so much for joining in today. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and here are some things you guys can comment if you want to. Some suggestions for quotes, some suggestions for science projects, anything you could suggest, anything for me to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope everyone has a lovely day. And yeah, bye, glitters. Subscribe. What makes me happy? Makes me wanna watch something filled with fun and lots of song. Alexandra talks.